When Crown Prince Haakon of Norway announced 22 years ago that he would marry this girl, all the people in the country were shocked, because this girl was an ordinary waitress and also a single mother. Moreover, the father of her child was a man who went to prison and had problems with the law. It seemed the whole world was against this wedding, but the prince married her anyway. Why was this ordinary girl able to charm the prince? And how has their life turned out 22 years later? Keep watching to find out. This is Wow Channel. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin! It was the first royal wedding of the century. In 2001, Crown Prince Haakon of Norway married a simple girl, Mette-Marit, in the Oslo Cathedral. It was a very beautiful ceremony. The bride wore an elegant white dress with a 20-foot veil. The groom was dressed in a black army uniform with a red belt and medals. The bride cried with happiness for almost the entire ceremony, and the groom looked madly in love. A very beautiful couple, but not all people in Norway were happy with the prince's choice, because there were many dark secrets in the biography of Mette-Marit. This girl never thought that one day she would become a princess, and everyone would call her Royal Highness. Mette-Marit TSM Høiby was born in southern Norway. Her father was a journalist for the local newspaper. Her mother was a former bank clerk. Her parents divorced when she was still a child. From a young age, Mette-Marit was very active and loved to play volleyball. In her youth, she also participated in a local youth club. For a while, she was even the leader. The girl showed leadership qualities and could achieve great success in life. But one day a rebellious period began in her life. My youth rebellion was much stronger than many others. That resulted in me living quite a wild life, Mette-Marit told the media. In her student years, the future princess loved rave parties, where visitors consumed alcohol and illegal substances. At that time, the girl didn't have outstanding achievements in study and work. She spent several months working for the Norwegian British Chamber of Commerce at the Norway House in London. After completing her high school education, she entered preparatory courses at Agder College. Sometimes she worked as a waitress at the restaurant Café Engebret in Oslo. Mette-Marit didn't receive a good education in her youth. Maybe her plans were ruined after being involved with a bad influence. Morten Borg, who was convicted of domestic violence, driving under the influence, and possession of illegal substances. However, love is blind. When Mette-Marit was 23 years old, in this relationship she gave birth to her oldest son, Marius. Of course, her boyfriend could not settle down and become a good father. Therefore, the young mother had to raise the child alone and earn a living. However, this didn't stop Mette-Marit from continuing to party and love the fun life. But thanks to this, she met the prince and completely changed her fate. In the late 90s, the single mother attended the Court Festival, Norway's largest music festival, where she first met Crown Prince Haakon. Years later, she met the prince again at another party related to the festival. They found a lot in common. The prince, too, has always been a bit of a rebel. He loved rock music and events for ordinary people. He was tired of the pretentious royal life with numerous responsibilities. Therefore, he was glad to meet non-royals. He fell in love with a simple girl, Mette-Marit. They started dating and then decided to live together in an apartment in Oslo. The prince realized that this was the love of his life. Nothing in his girlfriend's past could stop him. He was ready to adopt her son Marius. He decided to marry his lover and gave her a diamond ring. However, for a long time he didn't dare to announce his engagement, because he understood that marriage with a commoner with a dark past would cause a scandal, and so it happened. When society found out that the prince lived with a girl before marriage, they condemned him. After all, he should set an example for people, but even more citizens were outraged by the past of his girlfriend. Newspapers wrote scandalous articles where they revealed unpleasant facts from the biography of mette-marit. Only Haakon's father, King Harald, has supported his son's choice, perhaps because he himself had to battle for a long time to persuade his father, King Olav, to allow him to marry a commoner, his childhood sweetheart, Sonja Haraldsen, who is now queen. The couple has been under public pressure for a long time due to gossip in the newspapers. The prince even decided that he was ready to give up the throne for the sake of his beloved woman. He issued an official statement that he would marry mette-marit in any case, even if for this he also had to become a commoner. The citizens were touched by his honesty, so they accepted his choice. People saw that it was true love, so they forgave the future princess for all her sins. In addition, mette-marit spoke at a press conference and said that she regretted her scandalous past. It looked convincing. The prince spoke glowingly of his wife, saying she was a great talent for connecting with people. Her empathy is a talent. The same thing happens with the children. If they have problems, they go to her. She knows how to deal with them well, Prince Haakon said. Upon their marriage, mette-marit became known as Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mette-marit. The former waitress, single mother and party-goer, has suddenly become the perfect wife and a noble person. It's amazing how this woman has changed since her youth. She gave birth to her 2 children for her husband, a boy and a girl, forgot about parties forever, and even received a good education. Since becoming crown princess, mette-marit has taken several university-level courses. In 2012, she obtained a master's degree in executive management. She also took on royal duties. The princess places all official events with her husband and takes an active part in public life in Norway, for example, helping to fight AIDS. Crown Prince Haakon and his wife have been living together for 22 years. This is probably a very happy marriage. Their common children are already 17 and 18 years old. The oldest son, mette-marit, has already grown up. Marius has no titles. He does not like to appear in public and went to live in America. The citizens of Norway have long forgotten about the dark past of their princess. No one will remember that mette-marit loved parties and worked as a waitress. Today she is a role model for many people, a caring mother and a responsible social activist. This story proves that a woman with any background can become a princess, and only true love can destroy any social prejudice. Could you believe that a former waitress can become a princess? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me, to click like and to subscribe. See you next time.